Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. Some confidence for Golden State with the win in their last matchup against the Cavaliers. They've got a nice head start on this season series, up 2-0.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back, and as a result, they eventually pulled away.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Thompson. And it's Irving in at the 1. Green with the block. Pass to Curry. There's the triple. Rebound by Smith.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Thompson with the bucket. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
The screen from Thompson. Irving attacking. Good.
There they go. Finally able to drop one in on their fourth try.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game. Outside Curry. He kicks it to Bogut. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
And, you know, looking at Andrew Bogut, he's been one of the game's best centers. I mean, obviously injuries have saddled him a little bit over the years, but he's made it through 67 games each of the past 2 seasons.
Well, going back to Bogut, when he's healthy, he's a very difficult matchup for any opponent. Great, one of the great rebounders and defenders certainly in this game now. He also, though, gives you points from the blocks and with timely putbacks.
You know, he's become an unsung hero in a sense. Not the flashy guy who entered the league, but more of a very talented lunch pail kind of guy who simply wants to do his part.
Now, here is Smith. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto. Clock at 2. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer, but they get it back. Cleveland the rebound. Goes up again. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
Curry passes to Green. Dishes it to Bogut. Some nice passing by Golden State.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Here is Love. The Warriors making the shot. They set the pick. Smith drives in. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
Well, I like the setup there. LeBron with the nice pick.
Outside Curry. He dishes it to Green. Out to Thompson. Out to the right wing. Barnes passes to Thompson. He feeds it to Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Green's got 5 points so far.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Irving against Curry. Irving drives in. Soft touch off the glass.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today. And for Kyrie Irving, it had been a long time coming. Last season, he finally played in his first season with the Cavs. And up until the unfortunate injury, he certainly made the most of it.
And the Warriors with some changes. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Curry. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert is checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. And think again about the playoffs last year, Clark. They weren't all sunshine and roses for Irving. He had to play through a tough leg injury in the conference semifinals, and of course the injury in the finals, the fractured kneecap, and he was gone.
Yeah, that was really painful to watch, seeing him go out for the rest of the playoffs with that fractured kneecap. A freak injury, but he'll grow from it and be better.
And it's Shumpert at the elbow. The pass to LeBron. The feed now to Mozgov. 34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Dellavedova. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against Oklahoma City.
And they played with such tenacity on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, it takes a lot of pressure off of them when they go on offense.
And I think you've got to give all the guys credit. I mean, plenty of credit to go around. You can't just highlight or pick out one or two guys that stood out, because everybody did defensively.
Here's Livingston. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Warriors lead by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. The player with in the gym range, he told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side out for them, the way they swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball.
I like that. Or handball.
Yeah, either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Kevin Love out there with Smith. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Channing Frye. And it's Irving at the one spot. Pushing it up. The shot will not go. Smith with the defensive effort.
You know, Channing Frye signed a 4-year, $32 million contract in 2014. And in the very first leg of that contract, promptly had his worst season in 5 years. In fact, he even lost his starting job along the way.
We're talking about Channing Frye last year. The three-point shot still there for the second straight season, Greg. He hit the second most threes among power forwards again, standing in back of Kevin Love.
Yeah, and offensively fine, but that defense, Kevin, was not there. And Frye was neither quick enough or aggressive enough to stop anyone. And you know he has the talent. It's up to him. He's got to dig a little deeper if he really wants to realize his potential.
Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Golden State. Ian Clark comes in for Leandro Barbosa.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Poked loose and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Offensive rebound. Warriors leading by 4. And Verajao kicks to Ezeli. To the wing right side. Curry dishes to Clark. And he gets it to go.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
And so here's Cleveland. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
The Warriors making a switch here. Bogut's checked in.
I'm putting you in. Let's go.
Golden State on D. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Thompson with the bucket.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Now here's Curry. D right on him. Golden State moving the ball around. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Curry's got the lead back up to 6 now for the Warriors. The Cavaliers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Cavaliers.
And they've gotten good looks, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Draymond Green comes in for Festus Ezeli, and it's Klay Thompson in for Ian Clark.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
And here is Curry after J.R. Smith getting his 3 to go. Thompson inside the line. Thompson with the rebound.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
The screen from Thompson. Thompson sets the pick for LeBron. On the wing, Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Elbow shot. No good from Irving. And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that, could you?
Yeah, right,
No.
right. Yeah, he probably just thrown on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No. Now, here is Smith after the miss from Stephen Curry. The screen from Thompson. Smith with it, picked up by Thompson. Smith, no luck.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Ring shot on the way, and it's Thompson that time on the assist by Curry. Curry's got 3 assists tonight.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Now, here is Irving. He picked up 30 points in their last win against the Raptors in Toronto.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of the game. Curry with it. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against Oklahoma City.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists.
5 on the clock. Curry with another miss. Irving. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half.